Wednesday cometh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the CC show. This is Coach Coleman. I hope you've been
Wednesday
great in your
coming.
preparation and been excellent in your performance thus far this week. And to my partner in hoops on the side here. Who we have here?
Y'all know what it is. Favorite not keeping up with Tennessee's. What's good, fam? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday coming. Wednesday coming. We late. We late. But we in here. We late, but we in here. It's still Wednesday.
My late got late. My car wouldn't let me be great. And
man, listen, Wednesday been Wednesdaying, but we in this thing. So let's see what it is. Coach, what's happening? How's the day going, man?
What's up? I think you said we had a birthday. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if they jump in here. Let me know if they jump in so we can hit that birthday song. Hey, U.S. women basketball team redeemed themselves on this last showcase before they go off to Paris. So it's happy to see that. Maybe we get a chance to talk about it, how you felt about that WNBA beating the USA team. Actually, let me get your thoughts on that now before we jump into our highlight. Did you feel that meant anything, or you felt it was just what it was?
That was just basketball. I really didn't read too much into it. It was good, it was a good All-Star game.
Okay.
It was a good All-Star game. For me, this is a team that they were playing together for the first time, right? So I expected them to still be kind of figuring it out. Some of them, this is their first time there. And it was All-Star weekend. I'm not making any excuses. I think just at the end of the day, I expect Team USA to go get the gold, but WNBA All-Stars, man, they brought the heat, they brought the smoke, they wanted it all. They ran it up the chimney.
Right.
You got to a point where it was like, okay, I see Mother and Stewie doing their thing, and if it had been, I think, really important like that, like they would have locked in, like they were down 20. And then they was like, okay, we playing with our food a little bit and got back with this 6. And it was like, sometimes you're like, oh, okay, I see what I could do here. Is and then sometimes big sis let little sis just get a win sometimes. So
is it? So give you one for the
sometimes a little pat on the head. Look at you trying so hard. Sometimes But listen, I think. From an overall standpoint, I think we got a chance to see like how great WNBA All-Star Weekend, will be. I'm not gonna say can be. I'm gonna say will be because I expect them to keep growing and building on this one. We got some things we got to improve on. Can't have an orange carpet that goes to nowhere. Okay, we can't have that. And watch an orange carpet that just goes to like nowhere. Nothing happened. Everybody got it was like if all dressed up and nowhere to go was a person, was a TV show. It was that orange carpet. They was all dressed up. I don't know where they went. For that one. But so we got to extend something on Friday. We want to do the skills challenge Saturday. So I don't know if it's a celebrity game that we're gonna add in here. Old Olympians versus old WNBA players, something to bring some legends back around. I like the 3-on-3, but let's do Saturday night skills, and then let's get that Sunday. We got to grow up to that Sunday All-Star game, right? So, and they play basketball at that All-Star game. So for me, Sunday afternoon, 3:00, that's prime time. Nothing else was going on. 3:00, even 8:00. They I think they do the men's All-Star game like 7:30, 8:00 on the East Coast sometimes. So, but definitely can see the weekend will grow up into this event. We see it coming. We see the stars coming out. So. I'm really, really proud of the league from that perspective. But, like I said, next year I'm looking for Big Drip, Coach Don Staley, to be the guest coach. And I want a team of just Gamecocks, WNBA Gamecocks versus any other All-Star team I want to put together out there. Gamecocks versus everybody.
Okay.
So, that's where I'm at with it.
Gamecocks, I like that. It'd be interesting. Rainmaker, NYC. Wonderful Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day to you too. Appreciate you stepping in.
Day,
This is you reached the CC show. This is WNBA recap. Here's the thing. I'm so excited for Alicia Gray, skills champion, 3-point champion, such a humble person, respectful, kind. It's one of those people where I want to cuddle and protect them. She just has that personality where you want no harm done to her. So I was amazed. Some people call it diluted or whatever. Those who showed up competed, and that day her performance rose to the occasion. So congratulations to Alicia Gray on 3-point champion and skills champion as well. Remember, we talk about present and past. Friday's show was legends, and this show is present players. We're talking about past the DeJanae Carrington here, and DeJanae Carrington was what can we say? I will show some film and we'll talk about it. I know you have some things to talk about. I'll show a little bit of right here.
Just get it.
We got action. Go, DeJanae.
Second-year player in Boston, and Brooke Jones has been.
We're gonna go silent here. Just passing around with the eye. Boom. The hit with some highlights. She passed it to her teammate, DeJanae. Catches, fakes, drives. Pass to DeJanae for layup. DeJanae running the floor, catch, putting the ball down in rhythm, layup in transition. Pass to DeJanae, transition. 18. DeJanae on the wing. Kicks out. Boom. Assist. They double. She kicks out to a teammate. Has eye for the game. DeJanae on the drive. Kicks out again. Boom. Because they want to double and stun out on her, it opens up for teammates. Unselfish. DeJanae, give me that. And one. Through and through. Body. Got defense here. She gets through the screen. Quick hands, driving down the side. And I'll take this one at the buzzer. It counts. Well, moving without the ball, backdoor cut. DeJanae Carrington. Moving without the ball. Oh, she catch and she can shoot. Pass to DeJanae. Catch and shoot. How about that? DeJanae Carrington. DeJanae, air ball, weak side, box out. And that is your DeJanae Carrington.
Well, I mean, for me, those are great highlights. Those are great highlights for DeJanae. I think for me, what's standing out is the defensive part, the defensive work that Carrington's putting in this season. And for me, the steady, consistent growth of DeJanae has been great to watch. So we got rookie season came in, played 22 games, no starts. 2021, 24 games, 1 start. 2022, 36 games, 2 starts. 2023, 32 games, no starts. And then 2024, I believe so far she started every game that they played. I think she started every game. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But
yeah,
so significant improvement in the scoring and rebounding. Consistent free throw shooter, 3-point shooting percentage is fluctuated throughout the career. But I think she's been a consistent starter. Her defensive stats have improved. I think she's consistently assigned to guard the opposing team's best offensive player, right? So you've seen her against the Caitlin Clarks, the Enrique Gumbawales, the Kayla McBrides, the Jewel Lloyds, right? So, that's where I think she's really getting the butter on the bread this season. The offensive is like the cherry on top for me. I'm defensive minded anyway, so it's the defense for me that is just highlighting what DeJanae is doing so far this season.
For sure. Let's go here and take a look real quick. Before we start, I want to say wonderful Wednesday, Jelita Pearson. Glad we could be there. Give you some Wednesday motivation while you're at work. Thank you for checking in. The Cream Team USA is weak. We can talk about it. RC, Julie Militant character from the start of the season has improved, and her defense is one of the best in the league. Agree. Let's go here before we move on for our show. Let's talk about. You are correct, Seth. She's played 24 games. She started. She cannot break down what's broken. You came. She has started all 24 games. Minutes. She's averaging almost 30 minutes per game, almost 13 points per game, about 1.5 offensive rebounds, almost 4 defensive rebounds, and it's about 5.2 rebounds per game. Assists per game is almost at 2 assists per game. Steals per game is at 1.2. Blocks per game, 0.4. Her field goal percentage is 39.5. She's almost at 40%. 3-point percentage is 28.8. For her position, what she does is actually not bad because she's a stretch player, really. And her free throw percentage, this is key, 81.3. Turnovers is at an average of almost at 1.8, and she averages about 2.2 fouls per game. And there you have it, our highlight player from Connecticut Sun. We go in alphabetical order by city names of the teams. And so there you have it, past the Dejanay Carrington. I think those stats complement what you talk about defensively, because that's a balance. It's not high offense, but it shows that she's having a balance on both sides of the ball.
Oh, absolutely. She's a driving force on their defense for sure. Like she's the anchor. She definitely has the potential to be defensive player of the year. I think she's in the talks for defensive player of the year this year and years to come. I can see her winning multiple defensive players of the year.
For sure, defensive player of the year. She should be in the mention. She should be in that top 5, right? You would think. You would hope. You would think. I would imagine. If only you can imagine. And here we go. You ready? Going to Sunday, July 14th, Phoenix. This game was played in the Mohegan. I said Mohegan. Where I get that? Mohegan Sun Arena. Phoenix was 69. Connecticut 96. What's your thoughts, Auntie?
Phoenix showed up and they had a 9-point third quarter. A 9-point third quarter. I mean, that says enough. I think we've seen consistently the inconsistency with Phoenix. So I think they're consistently inconsistent. If that even is a way to describe them, I'm not sure. At first I thought it was like DeWanna Bonner was maybe off or so with Connecticut, but it seems like they have righted that ship, and they are cooking right now. So you got Rachel Bonham, who is no longer with the Sun. This was her eight 3-point game. So looking forward to being able to see that in Chicago. But with Phoenix, I mean, it's just like I don't know. I see that with Big Foe Senior. She doesn't play that well on the road. That's what I've seen.
Great point.
I don't know if that, and I'm being serious when I say I don't know how much that ties back to the pregame meal. Like I was joking about it.
Being serious is still comical.
Yeah, I was joking about it earlier, but like I'm really serious. Like I'm seeing a direct correlation in good pregame meal at the crib, plays well on the road. Maybe not. Sometimes you, sometimes me. So that seems to factor in, but Big Kyle was the points leader in this game. 17 points, 6 rebounds. Not much work. I mean, 16 out of Brittany Griner, 10 out of Natasha Cloud. But when somebody's gonna drop 8 threes off the bench, not even a starter, 8 out of 11, hard to beat the team. Hard to beat that team. Would be kind of like how I would sum it up. That 9.3, that 9-point third quarter, and 8 threes will definitely shoot you out the game. So
there you
yeah.
go. And did you see anybody in the double-digit club for that team for that game?
I named a couple of them. If you want to review some other ones, I didn't make a note of all of them like you normally do. With
Okay.
all of them.
I'll catch. The Phoenix comes up again, so I'll catch them on the next one.
Yeah.
I'll catch them on the next one. Here we go. We have Las Vegas Aces, your mother, 89. Washington Mystics, 77. This was played in D.C. And again, you got to assess it. Mystics, played 3.5 quarters, right?
No, I don't even know if they played 3.5 quarters. 12-point quarter, 15-point quarter, second and the fourth. When it looked like this was one of those games where I was talking about, like, seems like Las Vegas is moving with kind of like a rhythm where it's just a steady pace in the first, and then they change gears in the second. And Washington couldn't keep up. They start off really well, 31-point first quarter. Finish, they don't finish as strong. So 15 points in the fourth quarter kind of explains it. Once Asia gets going to beat Asia, when she's giving you 28 and 17, it's hard to beat us. Kelsey had 22, Tiffany Hayes chipped in with 17, but pretty much this was the Asia Wilson show. Even though Ariel Atkins, and they didn't get anything from anybody in Washington but Ariel Atkins, right? So Ariel Atkins almost had a 40-piece.
Yeah. So you've already shared the double-digit club. Ariel Atkins is only one in double-digit scoring, and no one on the Mystics was in double-digit rebounding. No one. So, and the most defensive rebounds was. Let me see. 5 out of all the rocks. Not 5 total, but one player had a total of 5. So, but again, it goes back to spreading the wealth out on the offense and controlling the boards. And you look, mother double, as you said.
When you get a minute, check your message.
Okay. And Tiffany Hayes had Tiffany Hayes had 17 as well. So there we go. On to the next.
So next up, we had Minnesota and Indiana. So we had
Get back game.
Beat up on Minnesota 81-74. This was a well-rounded game for Indiana. This was a great win for them. Kelsey Mitchell went off for 21. Aaliyah Boston gave 17 and 16. Melissa Smith with 11. Caitlin had an awesome game. 17 points, six assists. She had 17 shots, which is really cool. We want to keep her like around 15 shots a game. So well-balanced attack from them. Minnesota playing without Nafisa Collier looks a lot different than Minnesota with Nafisa Collier. So that would be what I would say was probably the biggest difference here. Was the not having Nafisa Collier. Minnesota's not the same contending team without Collier. So I'm hoping that Collier is back for the final run after the Olympics.
So she's the engine to that, or the glue, you would say, Fee Collier.
Oh yeah, she is the get stuff done piece.
Okay. Get it done.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Diamond Miller is not playing. No Elisa Pili. No Ipupa. So I'm not really clear. if there was injuries or not.
My thing is this is where a fairly good coach can allow their ways to get in their way, get stuck in their way, and not, give you some work or go down the bench or just too loyal. I've sometimes I've seen that. I'm not opposed to that, where you get too stuck on a certain way and you kind of miss opportunity to help your team, even as a coach. I don't know. I'm not throwing tea out there, but sometimes as a coach, you can get in your own way.
But and then what you got to be able to admit that though too, right? You got to be able to admit that. So I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if I would say that every coach in the dub would be able to admit that they kind of got in their own way. I do see some taking ownership, but some probably got a little prideful.
Okay, so we had with double digits, we had Bridget Carrollton, 17, Elena Smith, 18, Kent McBuckets had 11, Court Williams had 10, and Cecilia Zendalzini had 10. And you mentioned something about Court. You feel like her time were you talking about Courtney Williams? And one of your recent chats, you feel like her minutes were getting reduced?
Somebody was saying something about Court's minutes being reduced. I hadn't really done a deep dive on it. I'm not seeing Courtney be as effective, but I also think that has a lot to do with, not being out there without Nafisa Collier. So
right. And then Melissa Smith for Indiana had 11. AB Aaliyah Boston had a double-double, 17 and 16. Kelsey Mitchell had 21 points. Caitlin Clark had 17. So when Caitlin Clark doesn't score 30 or 20 or less, it seems like it puts them in a position to be successful. And she had 6 rebounds. So I think that was what you call equal opportunity scoring and well-balanced, distributed amongst the team. And that's what it takes. Remember we said before, it takes 5+ players to have a successful experience, to have a successful record, to give you an opportunity to win. And so that's the way in this game. It gets a very good or a very established Minnesota Lynx team, even without LaFisha Collier, still a well-established team. A younger team was able, I think, to have success because it was a well-balanced approach offensively and had enough defensive effort to get the job done. I mean, so you said inside-out game, right?
Inside-out game, but I think it's a lot of what you said, Coach. It's a lot of what you said. It takes 5, right? It takes 5 and then some. The whole team. Everybody has to play their role. Everybody has to play their role.
Here we go. Dream 17 Seattle Clunkies. You still call them clunky?
Dream.
You still call them clunks?
Yeah, they kind of clunky still for me. They still
okay.
Even though they're in the fourth place.
Okay.
I still think they figuring some stuff out.
So this game was played in Seattle, Washington, and Dream lost by 11 points.
I don't even think it was that close.
Wasn't that close? That was junk minutes.
I think it was some junk minutes. I think that Seattle kind of pulled back a little bit. The Dream only had 13 points in the fourth quarter. They only had 13 points in the second quarter. Their bench outscored Seattle's bench, which is a good thing. Turnovers were pretty close. Points off turnovers were pretty close. So to me, it's just Atlanta being able to be consistent and get stuff done. Alicia Gray having a great season. Got to get something out of Nas. Can't have Nas on the floor 20 minutes and get 0. That hurts.
And don't play LA, right?
Well, didn't play LA. Destiny Henderson played this game. Destiny didn't score. LA is good, but LA is gone. So let me remind everybody that the LA is gone right now for Olympic reasons. So, but listen, you get nothing out of Nas, 3 out of Coffee, 2 out of Haley Jones, Maya Caldwell, 19 points. Tina Charles is going to give you the 12. Ariel Powers is going to give you the 14. But when you look at the way the Seattle Storm are playing right now, it's hard to beat them with just that. Like you need a special performance from a team like Atlanta, I think, really to be able to knock off kind of like this 3 to 4, almost 5-headed problem that they starting to build in Seattle. Even though it's clunky, but it's a problem.
It's a problem, right? Right.
You know what I mean, I'm just
no.
I don't know a different way.
It's a clunky problem. It's a clunky problem.
It's a clunky problem, but it's working for them. This clunkiness is working for them some kind of way. I don't know. That could give you 10 and 12. Ever since they moved Horston into the starting lineup, I think that's been a difference maker for them. I think what they realized, and part of the clunkiness of this thing, is that NECA and Skylar, they can start. They don't have to start. They don't necessarily have to play starter minutes to be able to be effective and help them get the win. So they're figuring it out. Nika Mule was on the floor this game for 1:30. She didn't take no shots, but at least she got on the floor. So that was a good sign. But, I just think the Dream have to figure some things out. And so now we know Destiny Henderson is no longer with the Dream. Jordan Canada is back now, I believe. Ryan Howard should be back after the break. Maybe they're going to be poised to make a run. Alicia Gray, finished off the first half of the season with some great wins. So let's see what they can do, but I don't got a lot of hope out for them right now.
Again, I think the question mark, I remember you stating, is the question mark with the coaching or the staff. Is there a direction? Is there a vision there? Is there any intentionality for the Dream with the staff? So I think this question mark, I think we've heard the fam even mention that or in the chat. Is the commitment really there from the coaching, from the head coach? I think that's what the question mark we keep coming to, and it seems and it appears, right, to be from the outside looking in. I mean, I want to go back to this. Once she got in the lineup, you already stated, but Jordan Horston, she had a great game. NECA had a double-double, 16 and 10. Ezzy, Meg McGore, 18. Jewel Lloyd. Is she got 2 eyes now, or we still going off the 1 eye thing?
I don't know. I hear people say every once in a while, like, is her eye still messed up? I don't know. When your eyeball gets scratched, I don't know how long that takes to heal.
So we're gonna go 1.5. Okay, so we'll go 1.5 eyes. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't heard that she's totally healed, but I haven't heard that she's still suffering.
So here's a good part. Skylar Diggins-Smith struggled, but then you had Wickham pick up. There was somebody to pick up the slack. Wickham, Sammy Wickham had 13. So that's a good sign for your clunkiness. Okay.
Right.
Wickham was like, what's popping? You know what I mean?
I'm in here with it.
Right.
I'm bringing the energy.
That's going to
be important for them.
Right. And so you have Amaya Caldwell give you 19, which you're not expecting from the Dream. You have a Tina Charles giving you 12. You're doing what she does, being mostly consistent most games. So, and the Alicia Gray with 12, and then Naz Hillman. And then Area Powers gives you 14. Destiny couldn't produce. Jordan Canada did not play. It said coach's decision. And Ryan Howard's coach's decision. So they seemed like they were cleared at that time, but did not play. And they didn't say injury far in the statement. And then you got Kobach, but you're not expecting her to get out on the court because she's not ready. So, I mean, when you look at the roster, they have talent that can compete, if you ask me. The thing is, do you have the investment from the staff to put something together that meets the talents that you have on that roster? Because that's not a shabby roster. Like you can, I will go to. You may be missing a position. The biggest position is still is they let go was point guard, a true point guard, Destiny Henderson. I think that's still one of the key.
Do you get that back? Do you get that back in Jordan Canada?
What'd you say?
Do you get that back in Jordan Canada with Jordan Canada making it back?
I see. I watched Canada before she got hurt, and then I watched what Destiny does, and Destiny's more of a floor general.
Well, I thought Destiny looked really good on the floor with Tina Charles and and Brian, right? So I was thinking that we would see another 7-day contract. So I was surprised that didn't happen.
And here's the thing. Jordan got hurt, and there was no guard to back up the guard. So
you gotta have a guy. You gotta have a guy. You ain't got no guy, you ain't playing no basketball.
You need a guy for the guard. You know, like you need an understudy, like in acting. You need an understudy ready to step in that knows the beat of the rhythm of the night. You know, they got to know that. You know what I mean? As we're loading the next team, we'll go into the chat here. What you think about this comment, Seth? Reese.
Angel Reese got announced today as a part of the Unrivaled league. I think that's great for Angel. I think it's great for her brand. I think it'll be a good opportunity for her to continue playing basketball in the off season without having to really go overseas. I don't know that I've seen Angel play a lot of 3-on-3, so I'm interested to see how they utilize her. I think she could be a good 3-on-3 player, but I haven't seen her play a lot. To me, the strategy is a little bit different on 3-on-3 than 5-on-5, but I'm here for it.
Okay. Harold Williams. That's what you're talking about the other night, Harold Williams. I was working and lurking. I was working and lurking. So are we on Tuesday now? That's where we at?
Yeah, Tuesday. So we had
16. Phoenix Mercury get their life together. Phoenix Mercury 96, Washington Mystics 87.
I mean, just again, another example of how consistently inconsistent Phoenix is, right? No rhyme or reason, unless there was a better meal, in Washington. I can't figure out why. To me, Phoenix, with the talent that they have, should be top 4 or 5. They should be right up there with everybody else. You got VG at 6'9". To me, she should be a defensive. She should have a defensive presence and a disruption that just automatically, is good for taking care of minus 10 points off the rip. Right, her defense should just take 10 points away from the other team. Doesn't always happen like that. I don't know. This was a good game for them. Again, BG 23, Copper 22, Tarasi 18, Cloud 12, Cunningham 11. When you got them up, when you got 5 in double digits, it's hard to beat them. Charisma Osborne wasn't with the team. Sutton. Poor Washington Mystics fan. Dede Richards plays sometime, then she don't. Carly, Shakira Austin in and out. Jackie Turner.
She was hurt this game. Yep.
Injury and illness, along with the Elena Delle Donne situation, to me is the only reason that the Washington Mystics are not ranked higher than they are right now. Like, I don't even think that they're really trying to tank for anybody. I think that they have a well-balanced roster that can deliver. That can deliver if they can consistently get some people showing up for work that can play basketball. So, you look at Aaliyah Edwards. She gave you 10 points. She had 5 rebounds, but she's minus 11 on the floor. I think that they realized here later in the season that they're not going to be able to just run the offense straight through Aaliyah Edwards right away.
Right.
They're figuring out other ways to get things done. But you also needed a little bit more out of Stephanie Dolson. And I like Dolson, but don't camp out at the 3. Bring some of that height, bring some of that disruption in closer to the paint sometime. Get an unconventional 3. Get that and 1 3 sometimes for me, Dolson, and standing out there shooting a 3. But yeah, body somebody.
Yep, put some pressure on them, right?
Exactly. Great way to put it.
Body. So here's the thing, right? Let's go to the Mystics here. What is also challenging to them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shakira Austin was on injury, a DG Richardson injury, and Brittany Sykes. So 3 possible players that could produce some double-digit points in a matchup that you lost very closely,
Absolutely.
96 to 87. You had Maisha Hines-Allen was in double digits, 18. Walker Kimbrough, 15. So they also had 5 players, like you said, in double digits. And then I have to go back and agree, let's give Aaliyah Edwards some time to get more comfortable and add to her WNBA bag.
Oh, absolutely.
Do I feel like, within the near future, yeah, she should be the person you run your offense through? Yes, I do. Because she can deliver, but right now, maybe just a little bit too much pressure or expectation for that. What do you call that learning? They say that, as they say in school, the learning curve, or just the maturation. Right. We just call it just growing in the game, but just for her to grow in the game comfortably.
At that time, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. At that time,
the growth and the confidence that comes with the growth, right?
Right.
I know I can do it. I've seen myself do it. Type of growth, I think.
But that's like, I've been on Velcro shoes, and then you just want me to tie my shoe like tomorrow.
Yeah. I need you to loop it and tuck it. However it go. Button ears. I forgot what they say now.
Rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears, yeah.
So, yeah, or the loop. Some people did rabbit ears. Some people did. I could never do the single loop. I was always frustrating me. But because I was left-handed, it was hard for me to do that single loop because I saw it.
Okay.
It was very challenging.
You're a left-hand genius.
Yeah,
okay. I got it.
So that was what you got next. So that we got next.
I got Sparks Storm. Still on 16th. Sparks and Storm 89-83. Here we go. Clunkiness.
Back to the clunks.
Because I think that people underestimate number one of the Los Angeles Sparks. I think the Sparks are a slept-on team. I think that they easily could have won 6 more games than they have so far this year with some different coaching decisions. But we won't harp on that right here. This was a great game for the Sparks. They hung right in there with Seattle. Seattle's the 4th. I think they're ranked 4th in the West right now, so they would be 4th in the playoffs. Just key mistakes, some rookie mistakes, some still getting to know each other mistakes made here in this game. I think for the Sparks that cost them this 6-point loss. It was a good showing from Rakia, even though she was a -7 on the plus-minus. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, no fouls, 1 turnover. Great showing for her as a rookie. If we could have got just a little bit more out of De'Erica, I think you get this win. But Azura Stevens went off for 24. Ray Burrell went off for 18. A little bit more from Hamby, a little bit more from Ari McDonald, who I think, like I said, Ari McDonald we go the way Ari goes. And I also think if you play Zaya Cook in this game, you definitely have a better opportunity to try to get the win. You look at this, as you didn't get a lot out of Ezzy. 6-6. Jewel went off for a 30-piece. Skylar went for 18. That Sammy Wickham that we was talking about before only brought back 3 this time. So, that's the clunkiness I think that comes with it. NECA had 23. Skylar had 8. They tend to win a little bit easier and a little bit more comfortably. Although a 6-point lead isn't is not a razor thin margin, but they could have potentially won by a little bit more if you get a little bit more from Ezzy, a little bit more from Skylar. But Seattle, I think, has been able to just keep finding a way to win, Coach, if you will. I think
even when it's clunky, don't make it smooth,
Yeah, like they slapped Jewel in the face and she looked like her eye is gonna close up.
Right.
What do we, from here? Well, then Jewel just gonna cover that thing up and drop 30, right? So they keep finding a way, and I think that would make me more nervous about them going into the end of the season than any other teams in front of them, because they keep finding a way even when they shouldn't. So for me, paying a lot of attention to Seattle right now.
Yeah, again, like you already said, I'm not going to restate the numbers. You already stated the numbers for the Sparks. They have 4 players, double digits. I'm going to be bold and make this
Excuse me
statement
1 second,
right
coach.
now.
Sorry.
I'm going to be bold and make this statement that if they would have implemented Rakia Jackson more further along, I feel like they were showcasing Cam Brink first. I think they should have had both of them out there. I'm not saying they might have more wins, maybe not, but I do want to say they should have been, I think, implementing her more and more time. She's a starter. She's a pro player. So again, some people said it was she wasn't comfortable with. Sometimes it's not a matter what you're comfortable with. It's a matter of what we need. I was at a private school and I was coaching varsity girls, and guess what? I needed the 2 8th graders, which in private school you can play. I needed 2 8th grade young ladies to play in order for to win some more games. So sometimes they didn't feel they were ready, but if I didn't have those 2 8th graders, we wouldn't have won the number of games that we won. And so my thing is sometimes it's just sitting down and having that heart-to-heart conversation. So I feel like if we got Kia Jackson, I'm not a Sparks fan, but got her off to more of a start, I think, and invested more in her, I think you might see a little more success in the win column. I'm not saying that's definitely, but I feel that she is a key piece, and now it's becoming her team by default because Cam Brink went down. You just see how the dynamics shift, and I'm talking about Rakia Jackson.
Well, I mean, if they're not moving towards it being more about Rakia Jackson in the second half of the season, please leave Rakia unprotected. If she hasn't shown you enough that she needs to be a focal point in this offense, based on what y'all got on the bench, but y'all have no idea what y'all have down there. And y'all need to turn her loose. That's what I would say. Leave her unprotected so somebody else can pick her up. I was saying last night, Rakia Jackson is my number 3 rookie of the year. She's in the conversation. I know people are gonna be like, "Seth, the numbers are not jumping off the page." I get it, but I'm watching full game. I'm watching what she's contributing. I'm watching how she's learning. I'm looking at the teams that they're beating. I'm looking at the teams that they're almost beating, and I may be a little bit biased, but I give a lot of credit to the 2 wins that they got on the champs. I don't know that there's another team this year that can say they got 2 wins on us. But they took care of business against us. So that's another one of those teams like Washington that I think whole and healthy can rival any team in the league and beat any team on any given day when they're hitting. Derek Hamby, especially against the Aces, is a headache for us. Like, we miss her so much. It's like she doesn't care. She goes off. She comes to crush us when she sees us on the schedule. So. Yeah, Rakia's in the rookie conversation for me, and I'm watching really closely here in the ending of the season how they leverage Rakia, and if they're not sure how to use her, let her go.
Thanks. Before we go to the next game, loading, we got a question for us right here in the chat by Jimenez. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your first name because I don't want to chop it up. I want to put respect on your name. So help me help you. So we have Kaiser. Who do y'all think is a good fit for Kaiser to play on? I say there's Jimenez is saying Liberty Mercury Fever she would help a lot. But who do y'all think that who do we think, Seth or Coach, between us two, who do we think where Kaiser could be a good fit could go?
So, I guess I would have to say that I didn't see Kaiser leaving Chicago. I didn't see Kaiser leaving Chicago. I thought Kaiser was in it. I thought Kaiser was in a situation where they were a good fit. Liberty, I'm gonna say no on the Liberty because Liberty can't even get some of the people that they have off the bench in the game. I'm gonna pass on the Fever just because I'm not clear about the Fever. Mercury maybe. But what about a Kaiser in Washington or a Kaiser in Atlanta? Or you know what? Let's just let Kaiser start all over brand new next season for the Valks. I just really would like to see Kaiser get a real opportunity. I think that I heard people say something too many times, like, "Oh, that's Angel's best friend. She's just there because she dresses well. She's just there because she looks good." I heard a lot of comments about Kaiser that didn't have anything to do with Kaiser's game.
Right.
And then what I saw about Kaiser's game was, "Hey, Kaiser, what are you doing? Nothing. Come in the game." And Kaiser went in the game and shot a three, just knocked the three down, just like
nothing
coming from the snack stand. You know what I mean? For me, that type of person is just gonna be ready. I really want to see you get an opportunity to try to contribute. I'm just really not clear what happened in Chicago, because we could definitely use somebody that can knock down threes. So I don't know, Washington, Atlanta, maybe. I'm seeing too many. I'm seeing Sabrina in New York. The Fever, I'm just not clear if they're clear about what they're doing with their talent. So I don't want to throw anybody else into that. What seems to be a headache at times in the Mercury. They're really inconsistent. So maybe the Suns, Connecticut. I would have liked Kaiser to stay in Chicago, Connecticut, Atlanta, Washington. What you got, Coach? Where would you like to see Kaiser?
I mean, if you're talking about right now this season, Mystics are injury prone right now, so that will be if the salary cap. We have to look at what the financials look like as far as the hard cap for the thing. So realistically, if someone needed it right now, I think Mystics will be realistic as far as how they've just been injury prone. Is they're averaging 2 to 3 players out every week or every other week. I don't want to send her down to Dallas because that's a mess. I don't think she deserves that. And then for next season, definitely agrees just off of coming off the cuff, eating the Snickers and some chips and doing a little defense and shooting a shot and shooting a good 3-pointer at a high efficiency level could possibly, you got to let her loose and see what she does on a expansion team. I agree with that. But I feel like she's definitely a solid role player and probably could be a six player coming off someone's bench if given the opportunity and fits the right system. Every coach runs a different system. And that's really what it comes down to, is when that player comes in, do they, meet the standard to the system that they run at that franchise? Or do they meet the standard to the level of the culture? Okay, so you got the system, offensive, defense, and then you got the standard of the culture. So those are like two things, right, that people try to impact in one, because someone may play well in the system, but they may not fit the culture. Someone may fit the culture, and they may not play well in the system that the majority of their teammates play in. And so you have a decision to make. And so maybe he's overthinking for some, but that's how I see the game from the coach's side. And sometimes
from a coach's standpoint, though, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
You made me think of this question, though. From a coach's standpoint, you being a coach, what weighs more, ability or attitude?
It all depends where your value at, and at that point where you are as a team. So myself coaching high school and college, you pretty much stuck with what you're stuck with until you can make your move until the end of the season, or I move on. So my thing is someone that can that is coachable, right? Because I can manage your minutes with the others that play well, and if you produce, so it's tough, right? Because if you got someone that can produce, it's very tough. There's no answer. There's no one solution to that, because the personality of the person that's playing with the teammates is different. You're talking about personality, right? Which you don't know, right? So that's common to fact. But the thing is, is it ruining? Is it affecting? Is it a potential cancer for my locker room? That's what you got to look at. Okay. Is it negative?
I asked that question because, like in corporate America, I'm going to tell you attitude every time. You got the right attitude, I'll teach you anything, because we're not doing rocket science out here. So if you want to learn and you got the right attitude, you're showing up, I can win with you.
Exactly.
In corporate America, I don't care how talented you are. If you got the wrong attitude, I don't want you in my office.
Exactly.
It ruins what I have going on and trying to build a team. So my thing is always attitude, right? Attitude, not we'll figure it out, right? For me, but I don't know that works from a coach's standpoint or even at a WNBA level. Like, you got the right attitude, but baby, if you can't knock down a 3-point shot, there's nothing I can do about that. You and your happiness have to go from here, honey. You know what I mean? Right. So, it's finding that balance, and I think that's some of the stuff that we don't talk about a lot that goes into putting together those teams. Like you talked about, the personality, the skill set, all of these things have to kind of line up, right?
Right.
Is that the birthday guy in the building?
Wody Mac. Is it that time?
Wody Mac in the building. Happy birthday, Wody Mac. I heard it was your birthday. Is it
okay,
your birthday?
Okay, here we go. This is for Wody Mac.
Discord told me that it was Wody Mac's birthday today. So, Wody, is it happy birthday to you today? Let's go.
Here we go.
Coach, he's been waiting to do
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I gotta get one of them cymbal sounds. I gotta get one of them to be able to add to the thing, right? Like that. I gotta be able to top it off. I ain't got nothing. So
we got new Sessanese here. Howard Williams presented it. Focal part.
I think I made that up. I just made that up. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. Oh, Wody. Yeah, this is your birthday.
Wody got birthday guy got
the Discord and check out the birthday wishes to you. Appreciate you.
Kaiser might do well in Seattle. Another guard could help them.
Okay. Yeah,
that's a good point.
Might solve the clunkiness for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. What is that, Harold Williams? I don't even know. Is that Spanglish?
Urania Jimenez. Are you telling us that's how they pronounce the name?
Jimenez. Oh, okay. Jimenez. That's how she pronounce it. They pronounce it. Thank you, Harold Williams. Got it. Wody Mac, my outside looking in for Kaiser, possibly the Sun, Storm, Mercury, Sparks, Fever. No particular order.
I like that Sparks one that y'all threw up there.
Yeah.
Who threw it out there first? Was that Julie? I really like the Sparks one. I like Kaiser. I mean, because we don't know what we're going to get with Lexi Brown. We're not sure if Lexi's going to be able to come back and play, right? We're just not clear there. And then we got Cam out. I think Kaiser fits. I think Kaiser fits the Sparks well. I hadn't thought about LA, but I do like that. I do like that call out. Okay. Yeah. I like Seattle. But okay. One thing about Seattle, who would you give up? Who would you give up for Kaiser?
Right. You got to
give up something.
Yeah, you got to trade something. Yeah.
Right. So is that NECA? Because to me, Skylar and Jewel and Jordan all play better together than NECA. And for me, I keep seeing NECA as the either the head of the WNBA or doing something in the front office here very soon. Like I don't know that NECA's gonna play a lot more years. So like a Kaiser and a Nika and a Jordan and a Jewel and Ezzy and some of that mix that they got going on there. Like you can mix that thing up and compete for a while. I think but you would have to give somebody up to put Kaiser there.
They put me in the mix. Oh.
Okay, Hammer. Don't get started.
All right, so our last game for that day would be Connecticut Sun 74 in New York Liberty 82. This was played at Barclay. What you say, Auntie? What you say now?
This is one of those. Okay, Connecticut Sun. Who are you? Who are you? This is one of who are you? Straight up, who are you? Because you got four in double figures. You got four in double figures.
Who are you?
But you couldn't stop Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu cooked them. Sabrina gave a 30-piece.
Sabrina, that wasn't cool.
Sabrina gave a 30-piece, and it's crazy that this was the person that we talked about this today. But
And then you had Van Sloot giving her 10 cents with 10 points. You know what I mean?
Right, but Dejanay, now who are you? But where are you? Where are you? Dejanay
Right.
character, where are you? We looking for the Dejanay. Pass the Dejanay because Dejanay didn't D up this game, right? Sabrina gave him 30, a 30 piece. That's hard. That's nasty work from Sabrina, especially when Stewie didn't play.
That's a Dejanay.
You couldn't beat the Liberty and Stewie didn't play, and Jonquel didn't go off. Jonquel didn't even have a double-double.
Nope.
So for me, that's like Connecticut. Now I'm looking at y'all. If I had some glasses, I would pull them down and look at you over the top of them. Like, hey, who are y'all? who are y'all? Like Alyssa Thomas gave you 16. Alyssa's always gonna give you the double. She's always gonna give you double points. Gonna be somewhere right around double figures in the rebound too. You can count on Alyssa Thomas for about 5 to 6 assists. Pretty much that's where she was at. She was off, 16 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. DeWanna Bonner, 4 of 11. That's tough. 4 of 11. That's tough. That's tough to win with.
Skinny Minnie was struggling.
Tiff Mitch, 5 points. It's hard to get the win. Venom, and this was somebody was telling me. He says be careful about Venom because Venom will mess around and get 8 threes and then turn around and won't give you 10 points the next game. So we got 2, 0 for 4, 0 for 3, just 2 free throws. So inconsistency snuck in here. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm having some concerns about the Suns as we move towards the end of the season. Coach, they showing up a little fraud for me.
Okay. What's your concern?
They're showing up fraud. That's my concern. They're showing up fraud sometimes against teams that they should be able to deal with. Right. If you are saying that you are a team that should be playing for the championship, and you got knocked out by New York last year, and you show up this year and you can't beat New York with Jonquel not going off and Stewie not playing, you're showing up fraud.
So do you feel like because they're missing some youth, there's too much vet experience and not enough mixture? So missing some fresh legs, some games, some fresh feet, fresh talent. I'm just putting it to you out there,
I'm trying to figure it out. It could be that they missing some youth. Could be that they just been together too long. Could just been an off day. There's one-offs, but I'm seeing more one-offs later in the season now than I saw earlier in the season. Like Connecticut, the sun was shining bright. It was bright.
Well, then you got to move on past love and basketball and get 2 different components in there. Is that?
I don't know that they move off love and basketball, and I don't know that they move off of them. I feel like they probably have been loyal to the organization, and the organization will be loyal back. And I believe, especially if they're moving into a union, again, we were talking about this other day, that they probably, best case scenario, would stay on the same team. So I think that they're locked in the building around them, but we'll see. It's like DeWanna Bonner in New York and AT in LA.
I think it's coming. I don't want to be negative or anything. I think it's coming out of business, not out of vindictive. I think more of a business. We'll see, but AT is still playing well in her role, so we'll see. But
AT is an Olympian.
Yeah, but I sometimes when you look at is now or bust, I think it's coming just out of business direction, kind of business transactions. Lack of better word, but that's what's coming to my mind right now.
Okay.
And I didn't forget the Skaces game. I got it here, but I think I forgot to put it on there. But I didn't forget it.
Listen.
So charge my finger. Look, charge my fingers and not my heart.
I got you.
So we'll go to. So before we go to those games on the board, fam, we'll go to the Skaces game. Got to use Jay Boogie's term. Shout out to Jay Boogie. She's awesome. She tickles me. She is just so naturally funny. I don't know why. She doesn't have to do anything. She's just one of them friends.
Shout out J Spot.
She's one of them friends you always invite because you know they're gonna make you laugh just because they showed up.
Absolutely. Shout out J Spot.
Oh man, Chicago Sky 93 and your Las Vegas Aces 85. It was an 8-point separation. What do you think played a factor in that between the two teams?
Kennedy Carter.
Kennedy Carter.
I'm not gonna hold Carter up.
I'm
not gonna hold Carter up. Carter came in the game and gave us 14 in the first quarter. Carter came in cooking in the first quarter. So, this was Kate Martin went out hurt. I don't know that I expected Kate Martin to stop Kennedy. But my thing is, but for Kennedy Carter, I'm expecting like J.O. to step up and defend somebody. So that I think I was looking for probably Jackie Young to slow Kennedy down, but Kennedy Carter was on one. Kennedy Carter came in and was like, "Not today. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm not an all-star. I'm getting ready to go on vacation, but allow me to reintroduce myself." She gave us 34 points in 30 minutes. That's nasty work.
Oh no, she an all-star. She's an all-star.
That's 34 minutes. I'm saying she was not an all-star selected, is when I say that. So to me, there was a chip on her shoulder coming into the game, like, "Oh, I'm not an all-star. Let me show y'all what y'all missed out on." So 34. She didn't even make no threes. She got 30. She gave us 34. She didn't even shoot it. She didn't even make a three. She shot 24 shots. Angel gave us 13 and 10. Marina 15. I think that Marina knew that she was on her way out, so this was her.
Let me make it look good.
Swan song, is auditioning, make them want to love me when I get there.
Right.
You're only as good as your last game. But I also think that this was the game where if we'd have went with a little bit more Michaela, a little bit less Lindsay Allen, and I like ponytailing up, but a little bit more Michaela, a little bit less Lindsay Allen, we might get this thing done. A little bit less Marina Mabry, even though she had 15 points. To me, that was very front loaded in the game. At the end of the game, I don't know that she did a lot, but those are my thoughts there as far as like changes I would have liked to see in the lineup. But as far as like the win, it was Kennedy Carter. Asia went for 28 and 11. Jackie gave us 17, but she was still minus 21 on the floor because Kennedy was giving work. There's no way I thought Chelsea was going to keep up with Kennedy. There's nothing that Kelsey Plum can do with Kennedy. I'm just being honest.
Right.
And then you look at it's like Mother, it's Jackie, Tiffany Hayes, and then it's like everybody else. Sometimes you, sometimes me. Zero
Right.
out of Stokes. You can't have a 0 out of Stokes, and you can't have a 0 out of Alicia Clark.
Right.
I feel like we're like almost like a bowling game, if you will, Coach. Like we got the type of team where we're not deep enough that we can have any open frames. Like we can't. There's no gutter balls any that we can throw in at any point in the game and be able to win. Like we gotta score every time. So we got to be much more efficient. But I think we will be. I have been looking for that the 10 out of 11. I ended up with 9, but I'll take that losing to Chicago. If it had been anybody else, I would have been upset.
It's 9 out of 11.
9 out of 11. I'll take it.
What did Coach say? What did Coach Coleman say when we talked about it?
What you said? Did you call 9?
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe you.
I said I'm gonna drop 2. You said who? Look at the record.
Who gonna drop 2?
Which, based on paper, you are correct. Just based off the production and where those teams at.
And if you ask me again today, I would still stand on that based on what the record.
Right. So I get that based on the inconsistency of those teams that they were playing. I I probably would have went as a fan. Loyal
You
fan.
must have heard what I said. You must haven't heard what I said.
Who?
We're not dropping no games the rest of the year. That was the last thing I just said about us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not losing no more this year.
That's it.
What's our record? What's our record right now? What's our record right now?
What's the record now? I got it. I got you here. You want to see the record?
We 16-8.
Yeah.
16-8. So we played 24 games. Then we got 16 games left.
What you calling?
16-0.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna say 14-2. So here we go. We'll jump into the chat a few before we jump into Wednesday's games. Nectar's still productive. Maybe I'm biased. I'm loving Nectar fundamental game. Oh no, I mean she just on a plan. It looks like I have to go with Seth on this. Looks like she's on a planned schedule. Basketball bit like she has a plan for herself. Everything's set out, and so you see where that interest kind of starts to wean out. Sabrina with the 30-piece and with the tenders, man, with the dirty rice and the French fries, Morty. You know how you go to the chicken shack and get you some fried fish? What'd you say?
That's nasty work.
Yep, nasty. I got to give her that one. Bree Wayne.
What up, Bree Wayne? Nobody in the building. What's good, fam?
What's good? All right, so we going on to what we had here. We had Atlanta Dream, Minnesota Lake. Dream.
Man, did we talk about them already?
Wednesday the 17th.
Did we talk about them already, though?
Not Wednesday the 17th.
No, I'm saying, they played each other, though, right? Because I feel like it was the exact same thing that just happened. I don't know how long they were. Caleb McBride with the 30-piece, nasty work. Heidemann went off for 18. Malona Smith went off for 13. Like, it wasn't even like Courtney Williams didn't even have that great a game. Court went for like 8 points. No Collier.
Was that the daytime? Was that the day camp game?
Yeah, I believe this was a day camp game.
Yeah, so the Dream was in control of the game until the fourth quarter. Well, control of the tempo of the game until that fourth quarter.
This was the game where we thought Destiny and Ryan looked good together.
Yeah.
And then Caleb McBride was like, "Hold my towel." She would have dropped, 30 on him. 9-17, 52 on the floor.
And Natisha went off. Natisha went off in that last 2-3 minutes as well.
Yeah, shooting 50% from the floor, 75 from the free throw. So again, and with no Nafisa, you got to get the win. Tina Charles gave you the double, but Maya Caldwell, that's the name that we called before, they had a good game. 2 points.
Exactly.
Good. Alicia Gray didn't play that good. 1-6, can't have that.
Haley didn't do anything.
At the end of the day, I feel like Minnesota just was on kind of like on cruise control. If I remember this game, it was kind of like we're going to keep it close, and then when it's time to close the game out, we'll close the game out based on our experience and our and the shooters that we have around here. They live by the three, die by the three, and they were hitting the three this game.
For sure. No, I remember I call it the Biddy Ball matinee, and Atlanta put themselves in a position to be successful, and then Minnesota just turned it up in this what I call the supernatural gear. Like, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know whether it was I don't know if it was DC Comics or Marvel Comics, whatever you want to call it. They tapped into some superpowers and couldn't miss. You know what I mean? You know how you look. It says, you do one of these. What happened like that? Like, I was impressed. It came down to execution.
It remind me of watching old schools play at the park. The young team run all out, and then the old guys get together and they say, "Y'all ready? Okay, let's go and get them now." And then everybody, they spread around and they got their socks pulled up to their knees and they dropping threes and doing hook shots and stuff that you don't even normally see on the court no more. And then you look up and you're like, "Man, I thought we was winning," and it's over. it was just like, are y'all done? Here we go.
All right, 21.
It's like that, like they just spotted you 15.
Right.
You, you feeling good. You confident. Like, we finna knock it. 6 to go. Take it out, school. Take it out. And then it's like,
check. Look, check.
I don't want to play win. I don't want to play winners no more. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we don't get to take the ball out no more. No. And then all of a sudden you like, it was 15-6, and all of a sudden it's 21-15, and you don't know what happened. You know what I mean? It was 15-6, you was confident, and then it was 21-15, and you was like, did we take the ball out again? It was that type of situation. It was just like, okay, let's go ahead and get this done. Let's go ahead and get this done.
All right, we're going to jump in the chat real quick. Colin, you're definitely the face of the Lynx. Bree Wayne, for sure. What team is she on, Bree Wayne? Who's that? Who's injured? I'm not familiar with that player.
Ipupa?
Ipupa.
Where is Ipupa at? Is that Seattle? I don't remember. Diamond Miller is just very inconsistent. Very inconsistent, to say the least.
I think both teams are susceptible to losing, but you got it.
The men?
Men first, right?
I'm gonna say the men.
Kirk and coach.
So I don't even think that, like, I don't even know that he's there to coach. Like, you figurehead men's USA basketball. Like, LeBron is there, ain't he coaching? I thought he was
right.
Everything basketball. Oh, that's I'll say.
Man, I feel like they need to let the young boys go a little. The young guys go a little bit more. The younger players on the men's side. Let them get hot earlier. But that's what it is. I mean,
I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch another game. I've been in and out on the games. I don't want to give an assessment.
All right. So we're gonna put a to-be continue on that one.
Yeah, because I keep hearing LeBron is saving them at the end of the games.
And maybe that's what he wants. You know, they couldn't do it without me. I don't know, ego.
We had a situation where we had to get down to the last second shot against South Sudan.
South Sudan could play though.
But are we supposed to be? So if that's the case, then do we send the best team out there?
No.
Then who would you?
I think other teams are having fresher legs and moving faster.
So who's missing? Who's missing on our team then? Who would you have?
Jalen is. You know, he took his social justice stance. So they said hell to the no, and Jalen Brown. That does make a difference. He's a slasher, and when he's not, you know, sometimes streaky, sometimes not, sometimes consistent shooter. Jalen Brown.
So I'm gonna ask another question. These people that you're mentioning, I don't know that they have big enough global names.
Okay.
To sell the USA. Merchandise. Like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, right? Those are global superstars. Is Jalen Brown a global superstar? That's not a knock on Jalen.
Here we got one. Jalen Brunson should be there, but that's New York. That's New York.
But
I love New York.
Is Jalen Brown a big enough star to
sell jerseys?
Team USA, yeah.
No, I mean, one, he has a social justice position that's totally.
Okay. Jalen Brunson. Is the world standing up to buy Jalen Brunson jerseys?
Jalen Brunson, I doubt it. He's not established yet enough.
Are they standing up to buy Jason Tatum jerseys?
No.
We have not done a good enough job marketing our dudes as global stars, I don't think, after LeBron and Steph and them dudes.
Yeah, that's NBA's fault.
Yeah, no, it's not. The NBA don't owe USA basketball nothing. The NBA they making their money. They selling. The NBA don't care if one USA jersey sell. Just like the WNBA don't care if one USA jersey sell. They don't make no money off the USA jerseys. They make their money off WNBA and NBA jerseys. Them selling fat. USA basketball got to figure out how to sell them jerseys without Steph and LeBron and KD. Is KD even healthy enough to play yet?
No.
They gonna buy some KD jerseys, though. I bet you that.
Oh yeah, because he has a follower.
Global star. So we got to really figure out what's going on in the NBA, and I ain't gonna get on my soapbox about that right now, but something different going on over there right now, and they need to figure it out.
Something different.
Yeah.
Something in the water.
Asia and Stewie will not let USA lose, and Sabrina 3-point shot is falling. Munch. Asia and Stewie will not let the USA lose. Sabrina's 3-point shot is falling. I don't want to hear nothing about that because she didn't show up and defend her 3-point title because she said her shot wasn't falling. So I don't want to hear nothing about Sabrina and the three or none of that. I don't hear nothing about Sabrina. I don't even want to see Sabrina take no threes in the. She shot the blood out the ball last season and then couldn't show up and defend. And now we talking about. She said she couldn't shoot in the 3-point contest on Saturday because her 3-point shot ain't falling. But you want me to believe in this 3-point shot on Wednesday? I don't know how to do that. Let's go.
Put it down like that.
I would want Brunson, Kawhi, AD, Herb Jones, Jaren Jackson. Nobody scoring. We still can get a bucket. Kawhi knee ain't good enough to play. I'm sorry. I would love to see Kawhi if he was healthy. Kawhi could have been there. Kawhi's knee hasn't been healthy since he got in the NBA. I believe that it's a degenerative issue. I believe that this been getting worse every season. I believe that for him to be effective, he has to be able to effectively load manage. Yeah. They don't want to allow him to load manage in a way that allows him to be effective. So, too bad. It would have been nice to see Kawhi, but he's not healthy enough to play USA ball. Let me see what else. But USA, I think it was you saying USA would never. Okay.
You're right. Oops, we already saw that one. So on team we have the Dallas Enriques and Indiana Fever. This was played in Texas. The Dallas Enriques, aka Wings, 101, and the Fever, 93. Enrique was Enrique.
Not only that, but Odyssey Sims was Simmons. Like they gave up 48 points between those two players. Hard to beat them.
Had a Chelsea Sheldon.
You let them go off for 48 points, and then you still let 4 other players in double figures. You didn't deserve to win. You didn't deserve to win. You deserve the whooping that you got. You deserve the whooping that you got. You didn't defend. Caitlin Clark played a great game, 40 minutes, 24 points, 19 assists. This was the 19 assist game. She got the record that she was looking for. But again, with me, it's what the hell is a record without the win? You know what I mean? Like I'm a diehard Golden State Warrior fan, right? But the year we won 73, what good is that? What does it mean? When will we ever talk about that? You remember that one time we lost the championship, but we won 73 games? Like, it just doesn't like that. You know what I mean? No, you don't talk about that kind of stuff like that. Remember that one time we lost, but I did really good.
We almost won.
Nobody got time. Ain't nobody telling them type of stories, man. So she got her 19 assists. That is a record. To me, without the dub, it don't mean you don't talk about it again. I don't get that. Oh man, I had 19 against who? Oh, against Dallas. What was the final score? We lost by 8. Shit. What we talking about that for then, right? So, like I said, if you let 2 players go off for 50 points, and then you still let 4 other people go get double figures on you, you don't deserve to win. So play some defense. Aaliyah Boston went off for 28. Caitlin went off for 24. Kelsey went off for 13. Melissa went off for 13, but they couldn't stop anybody. Damaris had 6. Lexi was 6. Erica Wheeler was out there for 4 minutes. Ain't do nothing. I mean, ain't do nothing. Didn't even try to take a shot. Okay, you out there 4 minutes and you didn't even try to take a shot. You didn't get a rebound. Did she just get 1 foul? 1 turnover. You was out there 4 minutes. All you did was turn the ball over. Don't worry about getting back in no time soon. Sit down somewhere. So yeah, especially because I don't think of the Dallas Wings as a real defensive team. So this was just a lot of scoring that went on. And at the end, Dallas was able to score more. I don't think of either one of these teams as a defensive stopper. But like I said, 48 points between two people, nasty work. And you deserve the loss in that one. But nobody played defense here.
Is Big T still stepping up to your challenge, McGowan?
Big T had 10. Big T had 10. Big T was like,
is she still stepping up to your challenge?
oh yeah, Big T is like, says she won't call my name no more. Talk about 1 point. She won't call my name no more. Hey, I can't say nothing but Big T been balling. Big T been showing up being 6'7".
All right, so I said we had a Sheldon. We had a Sheldon appearance. Good for her. They coming. Kalani Brown showed up in that game.
She showed up. I forget that she even came in this rookie class. We call her name. Good.
Right. That's fine, right?
What's her name? Oh my gosh.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oh man. And it goes back to Indiana defense. You got to stop the ball. You got to reduce the product. You got to decrease the production of Enrique.
Oh yeah, but you look at Indiana. There's nothing in Indiana says defense or stopper. Nothing. Nothing. Ain't nothing on that. Nothing on that. You can keep scrolling and scroll it up and down and scroll it up and down. Nothing. You don't see defense or stopper nowhere on that.
Nobody says nothing says stopper in there at all.
Nothing. Nothing says defense. Nothing there.
Nathan. Okay. Let's jump in this chat before we go to our
Not even Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston don't even say defensive stopper to me, really. Yeah, not like, oh yeah, Aaliyah gonna take care of it if they get to the. No. All
right, so Woody's saying, all right, swap Kawhi Leonard for Bridges.
Mikal Bridges? Okay. I'll take that. I was just saying Kawhi. They ain't taking Kawhi.
Okay, here's a fun one. Auntie. Can Dallas make a playoff push?
Sure they can. They can't make the playoffs, though. They can make a push. They can make a push toward the playoffs, but to the playoffs, no.
Yeah, how many games off you think short they'll come up? Let's talk that.
So they played 25 games, right? They played 25 games. They got 15 games left, and they are 4 games behind Chicago.
Yeah.
In the win column, and 5 games behind Chicago in the loss column. At the most, maybe Dallas gets to the 10th spot. I don't know. You know, is Satu coming back?
We don't know.
Yeah, if Satu is coming back, maybe to make a push and get to the 10th spot.
She's not even listed as injured right now. She's
not injured. We just watched Satu play in Germany. So that's the other thing I'm trying to figure out. Like, Satu, you set your ass over there on the bench all this time. What was you doing? What were you just waiting to go to Germany? Were you just waiting to play in the Olympics? I'm not clear. Satu looked fine last night. Satu looked fine yesterday. So you know what were you doing?
She playing games.
I wasn't clear. Like, if you could have, you didn't just get ready to play yesterday, right? You've been ready to play for a little bit to me. So I don't know if Satu just didn't come back with the team until after the Olympics. I don't know. I would have to take a deep dive, but I think Atlanta continues. I think that they're going to continue trending in the wrong direction. I think Chicago and Indiana continue to build on the wins and even the loss that they just had. I think that they keep moving up. So I don't see Dallas sneaking in there. Wody, happy birthday.
Shate.
Danbury Sports Highlights. What's good, fam?
That's good. All right, so.
But Coach, you answered the same question. Do you see Dallas making a push?
No, they at the one they just have organizational chat within the organization. You see, they have some infrastructure issues going on. Obviously, just the out. And my favorite phrase, the outside looking in. So when you have organizational challenges going on, it's hard to put together consistent product on the court. Because it's hard for me to watch Dallas Enrique sometimes because she's doing too damn much, and there's a lot more talent around her that can do more. So, but I'm not the coach. The coaching staff doesn't demand that presence. or sets that precedence, rather, I should say. So, do they on paper they look like they should be in the playoffs? Yes, but on the court, they got some other ish going on. You know what I mean? And you see that every time you watch. There's some other stuff going on that I don't want any part of. Is that fair? That fair right
yeah.
there?
Yeah, and I'm looking at like the Chicago. I'm looking at the Chicago Sky record. Like, I mean, the rest of the season. Like, again, I don't think that there's a team that they can't really beat, right? So they beat us, and they beat the Liberty this year. So to me, if you say could Chicago beat Phoenix in Chicago, sure they could. Now, do I think Copper? Do I think Big Foe Senior is gonna try to show out coming back off the Olympic game in Chicago with Phoenix? I do. Can that be used against her? It can. So the Sparks, can they beat the Sparks? Yep. I already said I think they could beat the Mercury, Connecticut. They up and down. They could beat them. They could beat the Aces. They beat us already. They could beat the Mystics. They could beat the Fever. They beat them already. The Lynx. Right. The Lynx may be challenging, but again, Angel growing up. They growing up right before our eyes. Like, they're going to come back better too. So Minnesota, Las Vegas is in there. Sparks, Wings, Mystics, Mercury, Sun, Dream. I think they can beat those teams. So
okay.
I'm pretty comfortable where their record is, and I like the confidence that they were building on, and then for Angel to go out there and win at the All-Star game and have that experience. I think that she's going to be on one, and then getting ready to go. She's been announced to get ready to go play an Unrivaled with those ladies. Yeah. I told y'all the best money on Chicago being in the finals. I meant that.
So we're going to talk about this. We have last two things on the show. Auntie is the score of the All-Star game, and then we have the standings as where we set before as we're going into the Olympic. So we got 1 through 12 standings, which you already mentioned, but we'll just put them on the screen there. Let's talk about it. On Saturday, July 20th, there was an All-Star game played. It was the USA basketball women's national team, 109 in team WNBA 117. This was played at the AT&T WNBA All-Star game, Footprint Center, Phoenix, Arizona. See anything that you liked in that exhibition? That's an exhibition, right? Let's call it what it is.
We talked about it a little bit. Tune-up game for the team, for the national team. I think they saw what they wanted to see out of the game. I don't, the score. I don't know if the game was really as close as the score says. I felt like they got down by 20, saw that they could get back within 6, and then they were like, okay, we could turn this off. For the WNBA All-Star, it meant something to them. They wasn't playing. Like, they came to make a point, and I think they made their point. And I think the point that they made is just like, wow, this is just a really talented league. Like, either one of these teams could have won and represented for the United States. So I'm happy that the WNBA All-Stars were able to get the win. It was everything that the Dub wanted. They got the interaction and the engagement between Caitlin and Angel that they wanted on video to be able to market. They got the sound bites that they wanted. It was a great weekend of entertainment. And I think at the end of the day, this game came down to Enrique. And Enrique just went and reminded us what an awesome one-on-one player they are, what an awesome scorer they are. But at the end of the day, I think for me, it just made me miss the fact that Kennedy Carter wasn't also in this game. So that's what I took away.
I felt that you had some mismatch. I mean, in general, at times you had some mismatch where WNBA team was position-wise was just a little faster in certain positions and be able to take advantage of the mismatch. And we talk about strategy, but then again, then you get to the showcase game for the USA women's team, and you see how they're moving their personnel around to complement what they have. And so I'm confident that they'll have success in the Olympics, and I don't think they're going to like dominate. I think they'll have some 10, 15, even 20-point a game. You know, that's my prediction. They'll win within that 10, 15 point. Just because my concern is, you know, you have some players on the roster, USA women's team, they've clocked a lot of mileage on themselves, and so I don't know if the foot speed is what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I don't see like a dominating 30-point game. I keep it between that 10 and 20 just because of what I'm looking at of the sky miles accumulated on the team amongst that roster for the U.S. women. That's what I have to say.
Okay.
Let me see here. We got a few things before we look at. Said rotations were I agree for sure. I'm overdoing it, but the Dub All-Star team could have been the USA team we sent, and that would have been a monster squad: Nneka, Bree, Reese, Enrique, Kelsey, Mitchell off the bench. That would have been the fastest team. Probably scoring at a high clip, because if you send that team, then you got to send Caitlin. Woody, you ready to do that? You ready to deal with that? Are you ready? So here we go. Last but not least, before we get out of here.
I'm looking at that, and I still just feel like
What?
you still need a Carrington, and you still need a Kennedy on that team.
Okay.
I don't see shutdown defense on none of these teams.
Right. Exactly.
At the perimeter, but that's just me.
Yeah, you need a Carrington for sure. Defense wise, and she can shoot a little bit. And she attack the basket.
Mm-hmm.
JJ. Oh yeah, John Quell. Here we go. We got the first 1 through 7 spot as of Olympic break. WNBA is a break, and this is what we're looking at. Number 1 spot is New York Liberty, 21-4, 15-2 in their conference, 12-1 at home, 9-3 on the road. In their last 10 games, they were 9-1. Number 2 was Connecticut at 18-6, 10-4 in conference, 10-3 at home, 8-3 on the road. Their last 10 was 5-5. Minnesota 17-8, 11-4 in their conference, 11-3 at home, 6-5 on the road, 5-5 on the last 10. Seattle's number 4 spot, 17-8, 8-6 in their conference, 11-3 at home, 6-5 on the road. Their last 10 games leading into the break was 8-2. Las Vegas Aces at the 5 spot, 16-8. They're 4.5 games back from the 1 spot, 8-5. 8-5 in conference, 8-5 at home, 8-3 on the road. Their last 10 games, they were 8-2. Phoenix, 6 spot, 13-12. 9-6 in conference, 8-4 at home, 5 for 8 on the road. So I think it was road games. Remember you talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
Road games. They're not having much success on the road with the Phoenix. And their last 10 games before going into the break were 5-5. Indiana Fever at 11-15 on the 7th spot. They're 7-8 in conference, 6-5 at home, 5-10 on the road. So they're struggling figuring out the road combination. And 5-5 in their last 10. Before we go to the 8 through 12 spot, let's go to some of these right here. It says Carrington and Jordan Horston, send them too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Jordan has enough body of work, but she definitely has the build and the work ethic to be in Team USA. I would agree. I think she has the work ethic and can get it done. But I'm just one opinion. I agree. DJ Carrington might be the best backcourt defender in the league. I would enjoy seeing her for real. Harold Williams, they haven't learned that yet. Please don't tell anybody about Horston. I'm a Storm fan, and I don't want her leaving. Touche. Hey, Draymond, I get it, right? Keep it the best secret, right? Best kept secret. We got in the 8th spot. We got 10-14. The Chicago Sky is holding on to that 8th spot. They're 5-9. Their conference 4-8. Catch this one: 4-8 at home and 6-6 on the road. So what does that tell you? And in their last 10 is 5-5. So you have more success on the road. Atlanta is 3 games behind the 8th spot at 7-17, 3-8. 3-10 in the conference, 3-8 at home, 4-9 on the road. In their last 10, they're 1-9. Sparks is about 4.5 games back from that 8th spot. They're 6-18. I think that's deceptive because most of their games they've been in the games. It's been very close losses. 4-10 conference, 4-8 at home, 2-10 on the road. So they got to figure out how to win more games on the road. In their last 10 before going to the break, were 2-8. Lost Washington Mystics 6-19. They were 3-10 in conference, 3-9 at home, 3-10 on the road. So they're struggling on both sides of the thing. But here's the thing: their last 10, they were 4-6. So they picked up some momentum. The Dallas Enriques, aka Wings, the last spot, the 12th spot, so all 10-12 are about 9-12 is 3 or 4.5 games away from the 8th spot. So like you said, it can be an interesting push, but it's all about being battle tested, ready, and it takes 5+ players to win a game. They're 3-12 in conference, 4-7 at home, 2-12 on the road, and 3-7 in their last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As we go into the Olympic push here, it's 4 or 5 teams separation from the 8th spot, depending on how momentum swings and shifts when you come back from break, right?
Good point.
So that 8th spot is closer than you think. So let's see how Chicago answers. We're gonna close here soon. What do you have? Please don't tell anybody. Okay, hush, coach. Okay, shh. I'm not gonna tell anybody. We gonna tell everybody. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, they said.
No, what's your name again? What's your name again? Who is you? What's your name again?
Shh. Be very quiet.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. Harold Williams, man, appreciate you. What's your name again? Sessanese. He got another Sessanese for you.
Yeah, what's your name?
What's your name? All right, you got anything else before we get out of here? We've been loving it. We've been enjoying you on this WNBA Weekly. You got anything for it?
No. So we live tonight. We're gonna do like an Olympic preview. We're gonna talk a little bit about Sha'Carri. We're gonna talk about Simone. We're gonna talk about Simone Manuel Biles. We're gonna talk about Noah Lyles. We're gonna just figure this stuff out. Live tonight at 9 for Olympic preview. Just getting ready for the Olympic opening ceremonies tomorrow. So come hang out. If y'all not doing that tonight, we'll be at Auntie's hanging out. Talking Olympic previews and news of the day. Y'all know how we do. Just a therapy session. Pull up, hang out.
For sure. We appreciate you joining the CC show. New subscriber much. Please make sure you subscribe on both of our channels. Hit that like button, run the likes up. I've got some new subscribers. I appreciate you, fam, for believing in what we do. We are a team. As you say, Let's Talk Sports. It is a movement. Be great. Hold on. I'm talking to my dog. Hold on, Diamond. Be great in your preparation and become excellent in your performance, champion mentality, and what you got.
Yeah, it's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tennessees. I told y'all, I'm here. I'm back today like I never left. 9 o'clock, come hang out. Let's get ready for the Olympics, y'all. Let's get ready for the Olympics. We haven't talked track. Let's look at some Sha'Carri runs. Let's look at Noah Lyles. Let's really get ready to be on our Olympic watch. I'm excited. We're gonna be up doing some crazy hours, crazy coverage. Come on, take this ride. If you're not subscribed already, what you waiting for? Hit that notification. Make sure you stay in the conversation. Make sure you subscribe on both platforms, KBAF and Sess Talk Sports. And with that, Coach, until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon, man. We out.